Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, hello again. So this is my channel. I love to do DIYs on a budget, Dollar Tree DIYs, thrift flips, farmhouse and rustic, wreaths, and seasonal decor. So if you like what you see here, you know what to do, hit that red subscribe button. Also leave a comment. I love to hear what you guys think, and also give me a thumbs up. That helps my channel. You can also follow me over on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and Facebook. And I also have an Etsy shop where I sell lots of craft kits and also decor that I make here on my videos. So go check that out. Everything is in the description box. But first, let's talk about today is what would you make? Our host, our Rustic and Lace DIY Craft Taffaholic, and Grulala is the guest host. More about that in a minute, but first, let's get into DIY number one. So the first DIY, I'm getting into fall, y'all. That's right, I am. I'm getting into fall, and I'm going to be using some paints. I made this hanger with my laser cutter, so you can purchase this in my Etsy shop if you would like to craft this yourself, or if you would like it the done product. It will be in my Etsy shop. So first thing I'm doing is I am painting I have 2 rounds with this one. I'm doubling the rounds together to give it a little more thickness. So the first round I painted with a burnt orange color. And next I'm going to paint the pieces, which the pumpkins, of course I'm going to do the top part of the pumpkins in a brown. Then I'm going to be using that same orange that I used, the burnt orange, for one of the pumpkins and the hello. And then one of the other pumpkins, I'm going to be painting that with white and also the word pumpkin, because this is going to say hello pumpkin, which is so cute. And then the other pumpkin I'm going to do in this aqua color, this aqua blue. I know you guys have seen that blue color all around too for fall. And then I'm going to paint the other round that's going to go on top of the other one in a burnt umber color. Next, I'm going to go around the edges with my dark antiquing wax. If you know me, you've been following me for a while, you know that I love to make everything look rustic and vintage. So that is why I am doing this. This is just an antiquing wax. You can just take a brush, like a stencil brush, and you just go around the edges with it, rub it with your fingers. It's a wax. It comes off easily with the baby wipe if you make a mistake, but I love using it. Then I'm also going to use hot glue and wood super glue from Dollar Tree to glue these 2 circles together. And then I'm going to start gluing all my pieces down. I don't show you everything that I'm gluing down because, you know, that's not really fun to watch. And I'm just going to glue each one together. They all fit together nicely. There is no, directions that you need for this, so it's really easy. Then once I get that over and done with, I'm going to use some of these ribbons. Now these ribbons I've had a while in my stash. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do the ribbons in your Bodabra. You can cut your tails like so and just put one piece in, make it as long as you want. Then you're just going to wrap another one in a circle and then glue it and then just stick it right in, and there is your bow. Or you can lap it back and forth like so. I just go back and forth in my Bodabra and I just keep looping it, and you can make it that way as well. But certain ones that don't have the same on both sides, it's easier to do the other way, the first way I showed you, where you just loop it. Where you don't loop it. If that makes any sense. Sorry guys. And then this one I just loop back and forth as well. Okay. I just wanted my pumpkins to be facing the same way, so that's why I did that with that other ribbon, but I figured I'd show you guys too. So now I'm going to zip tie it together. You just pull them all out, zip tie them together real nice and tight. You could also use string if you don't have zip ties. I pull all my tails down, and then I just clip off the excess, and then I just puff up my bow. And now I'm going to make cute little ends for my bows. You just, do what I'm doing there in the video. I'm just pinching them together, and then you go in an upward motion with your scissors, and it makes a really cute little, I call it a V. I don't know, but it just looks cute. And that's what I did with the end of my ribbon. Then I'm just going to glue it to the top, and that's it. You guys, super simple, not hard at all, and this will be in my shop. So today is what would you make? Everything we're doing is made of wood. Like I said, these are hosts and guest hosts. There's also a playlist, and all the links will be in my description box, so go check everyone out. So now DIY number 2. So now this DIY, I cut these pumpkins out in my laser cutter. These will also be available in my Etsy shop. And I know a lot of you guys have already been buying stuff in there. So I'm glad you guys are finding it and making them. I really want to see what you guys make though, so you got to show me. So I'm going to figure out a way for you guys to send me through my email. Maybe you guys could send me pictures of what you make. That would be great. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint these pumpkins with the color Pumpkin by Waverly. This is a chalk paint, and I get mine at Walmart. And I just use a sponge to paint my things. Sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I use a sponge. I like the sponge to do most of my painting, because it doesn't leave any brush strokes, so that's what I like. It's just a smooth surface, and that's why I use them. And I just cut up a sponge from the Dollar Tree, you guys. The yellow sponges, I don't know if you've ever seen them in a pack of 6, I believe. And then, of course, I'm going to paint the stems of the pumpkins in that brown color, and then I did the flowers yellow, and then it comes with the leaves as well. I did those with the moss green, and I'm going to take that dark wax and I'm going to go around the edges again, make these a little bit rustic looking, like real pumpkins. You know, pumpkins aren't all shiny and perfect, right? So I'm going to go around the edges with my stencil brush and my wax, and I'm going to rub it in with my fingers. And you could, use as much of this as you want, as much as you don't want. You don't have to use it at all. This is just what I like. So yeah, but I get mine on Amazon, and that link is also down below in my description box as well. Yeah, so I just went around the edges, and I showed you guys this because I know I get a lot of questions about it, and I just want to make sure you guys see it's not really hard to do. The wax goes on really nice and smooth with the stencil brush, and you just do a little and just dab your brush in a tiny bit. This can has lasted me a long time, guys. A long time, and I use it all the time, so it'll last you a very long time. And then I did it around the flowers as well, and also the leaves, because I want everything to go together. So I just did that with everything. Now these come with stands. I forgot to mention that. Those stands that you see up in the right hand corner to the bottom, those are the stands, and I'll show you how you put those together. Then I went over the top of it really lightly with a bigger stencil brush, with that dark wax as well. Now you could use scissors to rough up your tags. I like to put tags on some of my things that I make. It says pumpkin on it. That's all it says. It just makes it look more rustic, gives it a little extra something. It makes it look really old. So I crumple up my tags. I get my tags from Hobby Lobby. I like these tags because they're very durable, and I can crumble them up. I can, do the edges of them and make them look rough with my scissors or with my tool that I have there, and they don't rip. So that's why I use it. And then I use my wax as well to dirty the tag up and make it look really old and vintage, because that's the vibe. For me it is anyways. Then I'm going to use my little finger sander, and I'm going to sand the top of the pumpkins a little bit just to make them look a little worn. And then I'm going to glue everything together. So now I'm going to glue those top pieces to my pumpkins to give them that 3D effect with some super wood glue, and also hot glue. And then once I glue those down, I'm going to glue down my little leaf to the top there by the stem of my pumpkins. Oh, first I forgot. I glued the centers of my flowers first. And then I'm going to put some of this Spanish moss on here. You'll see in a second, but I used some glue to glue down my leaf up on top, and now I'm going to put a bunch of glue down, and I'm put some Spanish moss. This is going to give it that little bit of like mossy, grassy look with the flower on it, and I think it just gives it a little more interest, and I really love the way it looks. And then I used a little bit more moss. Now you could either do this with your pumpkins, or you don't have to. Do something different. Think of something that you'd like to do. And I would love to see pictures of you guys making these if you get them, from my shop. And I just think they look so cute, you guys. I just love them. And then this one, the smaller one, I ended up putting a leaf on the top. And I think I just put a leaf on the bottom of this one, because you get 3 flowers with this, and 2 leaves, of course. And then I just put the, because I put the tag on the top of this one. That's right. And then I just put my little flower on the bottom, and then a little bit more Spanish moss on the top. And then you could trim it. That's what I did. I trimmed. I'm showing you guys I'm trimming it so it doesn't look so messy. And then I'm going to glue down my tag on top of the moss. And then I have a little wooden button that I'm going to glue in the center of my tag. Now I'm going to show you how you put the little stands together. They're super easy. So it has a little groove in it. You just put the little triangle in there like so. And then you're going to take some glue. I'm using wood glue and hot glue so that it stays. And then you're just going to glue it to the back of your little pumpkin. And that's what makes it stand. And these stands come with the pumpkins, you guys. So you can put it on your shelf. Don't have to worry about leaning it or figuring out how you're going to make it stand up. No using tumbling tower blocks. You get to use those stands, guys. They come with all my shelf sitters. There you go. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So now DIY number 3. This DIY is going to be another door hanger that I'm going to have in the shop as well. This one says Hello Fall instead of Hello Pumpkin. It's a little different. And I'm going to be using basically almost the same paints. And yeah, it's going to come with 2 little circles as well, because I like to make my rounds thick so they're not flimsy, okay? So that's why I do 2 of them for you guys. Sometimes I don't, because you don't really need it. But what I did is I'm using burnt umber for the outside circle, the one on the bottom, and then I'm also going to do the inside of that sunflower with the brown, and also the little top part. And then I'm using plaster paint to paint the other circle, and then the hello I'm going to do in Pumpkin by Waverly, and then I'm also going to use pumpkin for the actual pumpkin. So yeah, and then the sunflower, of course, I'm going to do yellow. And this is a goldenrod color yellow. I like it because it's really a deep, rich yellow, and I love it. It's very bright, and I like that. Not so bright, more dark, more deep of a yellow, I should say. And then I'm going to use the same glues, and I'm going to glue down the smaller circle. Sorry, guys. My phone was ringing. Smaller circle to the bottom bigger circle. And then I'm going to use the pumpkin, and I'm going to glue that down now to my round. And I don't show every piece gluing it down again, because I know you guys don't want to be bored with all that. I just want to show you how it comes all together though. So then I glue that down, and then of course I glue down the little flower, and the flower sits right on top in that one corner perfectly. You could see it. It's a little rounded on the one end, and that's where it's rounded. You could see there on the pumpkin, and it just fits right on top. And then I'm just going to glue that down, and then the Hello Fall, of course, and then I'm going to glue down the center, of course, right on top. I mean, right in the center of the flower, not on top. And I use wood glue and hot glue for everything, guys. This makes everything stay. And then, of course, the top part to your pumpkin there, the little stem. And this one's really easy too, guys. See how I put it together? There you go. Hello Fall. I love this one too. And then I made another bow, but I didn't show you this one because I showed you the other one, so I didn't want to do it twice. And there it is. Super simple, you guys. Yeah, it's so cute and so bright and so pretty on a door. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So now DIY number 4. This DIY, I'm going to do some grungy pumpkins, which is my total vibe. Love anything grungy and vintage. So I got these, I cut these out on my laser cutter, and I love these pumpkins, you guys. These are my favorite out of all of this. But I like my rounds too. But anyway, so I'm going to be using all this stuff. I'm going to use some Excelsior too, and these dry flowers that I got from Hobby Lobby. And also some more of the paints that I've been using. And of course my wax, because I can't do anything without it. And stands, of course, again. So the bottom portion now I did with the burnt umber, okay? Because you're not going to see all that. You're only going to see that through the holes that you see in the pumpkin and the little lines that are in it. And then I'm using the pumpkin color by Waverly to paint the pumpkins. Then I'm using the burnt orange color for the flowers. And then I'm using the yellow goldenrod on top of the orange. I'm just dry brushing basically the top of it, okay? Just to give it like a two-tone color for the flowers. So a little orange is coming through, but you see the yellow as well. And then I'm going to glue down the centers of those flowers. And all this comes with the kit. It all comes together. And then you, then of course, I'm going to use my wax again, my dark wax. And I'm going to go around the edges. I'm going to go in between those cracks that you see there, the holes. I'm going to make it look really old, like it's burnt and like it's just, you know, grungy. And if you don't like this, then you don't have to do this. But this is, like I said, my vibe. This is what I like. I love old. I love to make it look grungy, but I also like the other stuff too, so that's why I try to do both on my videos, because I know a lot of people don't like this, some people do, and you know, I try to please everyone. I try to please all you guys with all your, you know, stuff that you guys like. So yeah, so I do that, and then I went over the top again really lightly with the wax. And like I said, if you get too much wax on your brush, all you do is a baby wipe and it wipes right up, guys. And then I went on the other portions as well with the wax. And I know I keep this in there, you guys, so you guys can see what I'm doing, and only because I get a lot of questions about this. So I just want to make sure I showed it. And then once I get all the dark wax on the pumpkin, then we're going to glue everything together. And this time I'm going to show you, I make like a rag bow. I take strips of fabric, and I cut them into strips, and I get my fabric from Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, wherever. And I only buy fabric that's on sale, and I just take a little piece, cut it, and then I strip it. I just rip it. And then I just put it in my bow dabber and keep looping it back and forth like a bow. And you could also do X bows, and that's what I'm going to show you in a minute. But first, we're going to glue everything together. So you're going to glue this top portion to the brown pumpkin. And that's how I told you, you're only going to see that brown come through the little holes and those little, you know, the top portion of the pumpkin in the bottom where those little cracks are. And then you're going to glue the other part on top. So it's kind of a 3D effect again with the pumpkins. And I love these, you guys. It's my favorite. I'm also going to rough up the edges again of the top of the pumpkins with my sandpaper. And now I'm going to show you how I make my little rag bows. So this is my small bow dabber. I use these when I use fabric. And we're going to do an X bow. All you do is you put a piece of twine down the center of your bow dabber, and then you take your strips of fabric. And what is this doing? It's just holding it for me. Okay, that's all it's doing. But my hands, I have MS and they're numb a lot. So me having this little bow dabber helps me tremendously. So if you have arthritis or anything like that, I suggest you get one of these because it's worth it. This helps me out a lot. And then I don't have to worry about the ribbon. I keep saying ribbon, it's fabric, from moving around. It's just keeping it in place for me, so I don't have to worry about it. And I don't have to fight with it with my hands. So I just keep going. But you can see what I'm doing. I'm just cutting strips in like an X, you know. And you could switch it off. I'm doing the same ones back and forth, but like I've done it where I've done one color and then on the other side did a different one. So you could do it any way you want, basically. They're just X bows, really simple. And I like the way these look as well. And they look really good on grungy, vintage looking stuff, old looking things that you make, crafts. I think these bows are the best to make with those. And I used quite a bit on these because I wanted it to look really full. And then I just bring my twine up. You're just going to tie it in a knot and then pull it out. And then you're going to flip it over and tie it in a knot in the back, and then cut off your excess twine. And then you're just going to cut the, cut the ends to however big or small you want them. So as you can see, I'm trimming it a little bit and just making sure everything's nice and even, and that's going to go there. Then I'm going to take this sprig that I got from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if they have these this year. I bought these last year, but I'm sure they do. And then you just, cut out whatever you're going to use. I'm only going to use a few pieces from this. I mean, you could use one sprig from Hobby Lobby for all kinds of things, and it goes a long way. And then I'm going to put one of these on each side. I'm going to actually use one of the leaves that were on there as well for each one of my pumpkins. And then I'm just going to glue them down first, the big pieces first. And then I'm going to glue those little flowery pieces next on top of those. And I started burning my fingers, so I had to put a finger protector on. I don't know why I think I don't need one when I know I do. And then I glued down my bow, and then these little leaves were on there as well, and I figured I'm going to use them. So I stuck one on one side, and then I stuck one of the other leaves on the other, one of the bigger leaves. And now I'm going to use some Excelsior, and I'm going to bunch it up in my hands, put it in the center of my X bow, and those flowers that I painted, we're going to put that in the center. First, I put some glue down so the Excelsior sticks to that first, and then I'm going to glue the flower in the center of the Excelsior. And it just turned out so pretty, you guys. This is my absolute favorite one. And I love these pumpkins. I love the rustic look to them. I really do. But you guys got to let me know what you think down below. Go check out my Etsy shop. I try to make everything reasonably priced for you guys. Shipping, I know, is pricey, you guys, and I really try with the shipping, but there isn't much I can do about that. That's not in my control. It depends on where you live, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, go check it out and see if you like anything. And if you don't see it in my shop, you can message me here. I'd rather you message me, though, on Etsy. In my Etsy shop, you can send me a message there, because then you can know when I'm sending you a message back. Because you all have been asking me and messaging me here on YouTube, and you don't answer me back after I answer you. So it's like they're not answering me back. They said they wanted something, and then they don't answer me back, so I get very confused. So just if you can, message me on Etsy, or you can also message me. You can email me. My email is in the description box. You can also message me on Instagram. You can also message me on Facebook, okay? So you can send me a message that way as well. But I put the stands back on, you guys. I showed you again, and there they are. Tell me they are not pretty. I love them, you guys. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Also, don't forget to go check everyone out. And I will see you guys again for another one on the 1st of July. So stay tuned for that. And that one's going to be a Christmas in July, guys. I'm super excited for that one. Okay, so remember, stay crafty, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.